Welcome to Week Gen C.
Focused on young adults in the Northwest.
And their careers in a post-pandemic world. What do you need to get that dream job?
We get the know-how, the tips and the tricks from local employers.
Helping you get to where you want to be in your chosen career.
So how's it going on? Yeah, nice. Thanks for coming and chat this.
Thanks for asking.
Tell us about your role in Skills Northwest.
So I work as an employment mentoring officer in Skills Northwest. We are a local community-based skills and training organisation who help people who have been, I suppose, furthest removed from the labour market, either get back into employment or obtain employment for the first time. And we do that by working alongside them to build up their skills and make sure that they're ready for employment by the time they attempt to gain some. My role is I'll work hands-on with a client from the day dot. We'll do a needs assessment, identify any skills gap, identify their strengths, and then as we go on, we'll build a CV as we complete training. We'll add that training onto the CV, build it all up, start doing some interview prep, and then move towards finally getting a job then.
And so you contact employers for the people you work for?
We do have an element of job brokerage as well too. So we have a pre-employment team that will go out and speak to local employers and try and carve out some opportunities for local clients as well. So across the Dare and Strabane district, we will work with employers, find out exactly what they want from our clients, prepare our clients with the training, that industry specific training for those roles, and then prepare them for interview. And then whatever happens after that, if it's the right fit, then they'll successfully go into employment. If not, we'll go back to the drawing board and keep going.
Cool. How did you end up in the role you're in now?
So it was a bit of a fork in the road moment for me. I went through redundancy. I was an operations manager in a local contact centre. And then I suppose I could have went on to the same type of job in a similar environment, but I had built up my skills so much over the years that and I felt confident enough to take my experience to a sector that I was passionate about, and I went into community and voluntary, and I'm glad to say I've never looked back.
What's the most rewarding part of your job?
Without a doubt, it's watching people grow. So yourself that your first day at anything, or even making contact and saying I'm ready for a change. For people to come to us, maybe having raised families for the last 15-20 years and say, look, I'm ready to do something for me. Your self-esteem it's not quite up there, or maybe you're just shy, or you don't think you've any skills. Actually sitting with a client and working out what their skills are. You might have somebody that thinks they haven't really got any experience, but they've been getting children to school on time for the last 10 or 15 years. That's fantastic organisation skills. You can prioritize your time, and it's helping people actually realise what potential they have and what their skills are, and then during their journey, watching them grow and for them to start believing in themselves, and then eventually if they do go into employment and they phone you and say I got it, it's just the best day ever. It's just amazing.
What's the best piece of career advice you've ever been given?
For me, it was whatever you do it well. My father instilled that in me. He just said, look, you can be whatever you want. You can do whatever you want to do whatever makes you happy. But just make sure that when you're doing it, you're giving it your all, and that you do it well. And he instilled a work ethic in me, and he was somebody that's been on a massive career change himself. He was a taxi man, and now he's heading up one of the councils in England in a wellbeing centre, and he just went back as a lit learner, and he really set the bar for me to say that you could go back and have a change in career at any point in your life.
You're never too old to change careers, definitely, especially when something's not working out for you.
Well, I think he was 50 once when he done that.
And look at him now. With so many people applying for the same jobs, what should you do to make your application or CV stand out?
I think sometimes what we fall and do is handing in the same CV for different jobs. I personally would adapt a CV for the different type of job that I'm applying for. So if you look at the job description, look at the job description itself and the roles and responsibilities, and match that up to what you have done in the past. And when you're filling in your CV the roles and responsibilities held in your previous employment, write down the ones that they're looking for in that job description, and keep it quite punchy as well too. And it's, I know you're dying to fit everything in, all the different skills that you have and all the things that you've done, but they're only looking for the ones that are relevant to them. So really study that job description, and a cover letter too, will help it again, keep that punchy, and just let them know why you're applying for that particular job and what sparked your interest with them.
Perfect. What are some of the steps young people should consider whenever they're sitting down to plan their career?
Well, I think initially look at what you're good at. So what are your standout strengths? What I suppose what do you want to do as well too. So many even wee things matter. Do you want to work inside or outside? Do you want to be on your feet all day, or do you want to be in an office? Looking at what your skills are, do you want to work within what your passion is, or are you more motivated by money and job security? Do you want to live in Northern Ireland, or do you want to move away? If so, you want to live in Northern Ireland, you need to work in one of the sectors that we tend to do quite well at. So there's lots of different things, but I would say starting off initially, you should always aim for the thing that stands out to you as to what you want to do, and try and carve out a career path in that. But there's so many different variables there that you need to just sit and write a list. If it could be anything, what's the thing that really keeps coming back to me, and how do I go about that? And chat to a careers advisor, have conversations with people and ask your friends, what am I good at? What am I not so good at? My friends would tell me I'm late for everything. So I know punctuality is something I need to work on. But your friends and your family will tell you the things that you're really strong, what you're really good at, and if that's something that you want to go on to, then if it aligns to a career, then look at that.
How can you stay motivated if you keep getting turned down for jobs?
Well, that's a tough one. If you keep getting turned down, then you are going to feel a wee bit disheartened. But in my experience, where I haven't been successful with jobs, or job attempts to gain employment, I have asked for feedback, and I try to take that feedback on board. Try to practice before your interviews, or if it's within filling in your application form, maybe you're not hitting everything in the job description. So definitely take feedback on board, practice. Again, ask people for opportunities to maybe volunteer or get a wee bit of extra training or experience. I have a lovely job part-time in the play trade, working with young people with disabilities, and that started off as a volunteer role. Before, because I would have, without any experience, I wouldn't have been able to apply for a job like that. So I started off volunteering, and that'll open doors for you as well too. So definitely do some additional training, do a wee bit of volunteering, and ask for feedback.
I understand. Thank you, Anya. That was brilliant. Cheers.
Oh, thank you. I enjoyed that.
Thank you. Appreciate it. See you later.
Bye.